businesses after Cyrus. We boycotting all Asian, Vietnamese, and Korean businesses. Come on, Black. All right, so I'm walking to my local nail salon in my area. I'm in Waldorf, and I'm going to Diamond Nails to see if it's a lot of Black people in here still supporting the business. So let me see what's going on. Hold on. I'm gonna walk in here and just say, stop supporting this business. We boycotting. Y'all know the rest. And it looked like there's a lot of cars out here. Come on, Black people. Get with the movement. Come on, baby. You still supporting this Asian business? Let's see, we got this. Hey, y'all still supporting this business? Y'all still supporting Asian businesses after Cyrus? We boycotting all Asian, Vietnamese, and Korean businesses. Come on, Black women. Y'all still getting y'all services? Y'all can't do press-ons? Y'all can't scrub y'all feet in the tub? We boycotting. Y'all ain't seeing on TikTok? Y'all still in here getting y'all services? The Black dollar is powerful. They don't respect us. Shut up. Shut up. Because your people killed my people. Yeah, they did. They did. And we boycotting all y'all businesses. No more curry-outs. No more hibachis. We not getting our feet done. We not doing none of that shit. Come on, Black women. You laughing. It could have been your son. I don't know about y'all, but lately I've been feeling like I'm in my Tupac era. Especially with all this shit going on with the Vietnamese and the Cyrus and the boycotting all Korean, Vietnamese, and Asian businesses. I just feel like I'm on some whole type Tupac shit. They don't give a fuck about us.
I mean that shit, because these white folks see us as thugs. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care if you think you a lawyer, if you a man, if you an African American, if you whatever the fuck you think you are. We thugs and niggas to these motherfuckers. You know? And until we own some shit, I'ma call it like it is. How you gonna be a man and we starving? Go ahead. You know? And you can walk by 5 different houses, ain't a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man? How we gonna be African Americans? And we out here dying. We thugs and we niggas until we set this shit right. Trust me when I tell you that shit.
Young Black males out there identify with thug life, but I
After the death of Cyrus Carmack Belton, a lot of Black people are boycotting Asian establishments and businesses. And I think you're going about it all wrong. Hold on! What I mean is, a lot of y'all coming online saying, you're never going to get your nails done, you're never going to go to the Asian beauty supply store, you're never going to eat Chinese food again, and that's not really a boycott. I've been doing community organizing since I was 15. Here are some things I learned along the way about what makes a successful boycott in 5 easy steps. So the first thing is you have to build coalition. You have to build coalition in your community. You can't just come online saying you're never going to eat Chinese food again and think that's a successful boycott. It's not. You need a group of people who are going to determine which stores locally that you are going to boycott. And that leads to my next point. Keep it local. Unlike the Civil Rights Movement and the Black Panther Party, we do not have centralized leadership, meaning that in order for a nationwide boycott to be successful, it has to be a coalition of localized boycotts. After you build that coalition, you need a list of demands. A lot of people online are talking about boycotting until when? What are your list of demands? Here are some feasible list of demands. You are going to boycott these establishments until their stores make a statement disavowing anti-Blackness within their communities. You're going to boycott these stores until they make a statement and donate to insert organization here as they disavow anti-blackness within the Asian community. You're going to boycott these stores until Cyrus gets justice. And you expect these stores to also disavow Rick Chow publicly. In order for this boycott to be successful with these specific stores and in your specific communities, you're also going to have to be in communication with these businesses. You're going to have to let them know that there is a boycott and these are listed demands, and you're going to ask them to meet them. And if they meet them, you do not boycott. And if they do not meet them, you boycott them until they do. This might also look like holding up signs outside of the store, not on their property so the cops don't get called on you, but within enough distance of these shops and stores so that people who are going in to patronize these stores can see you, hear you, read the signs, and choose to bring their business elsewhere. You do not incite violence. You do not get upset when people ignore your signs, right? You are doing that so that your boycott can be successful. And if these stores choose to work with you and to meet your demands, then you stop boycotting them. Because you also cannot forget that you're doing the boycott for a goal. Thirdly, you need to offer alternatives to the businesses, to the goods, and to the services that you're boycotting. The Montgomery bus boycott did that by offering ride shares and carpools. So if you're boycotting a nail salon, you need to also find out places in your community that offer nail services, hair services. The food can get a little tricky, saying that you're going to boycott a restaurant, for example, that means that you either are going to have to stick it out, find a restaurant that offers similar food that is not the ones that are local, or only patronizing a Chinese or Asian restaurant that has complied with the boycott demands. Now, all of that is going to take work, but it's part of a successful boycott. Remember, not all Asian people are to blame for this tragedy, but the relationship between Asian Americans and the Black community does need to be addressed. And it's a lot easier to be upset at people and businesses who do not meet the demands that you make when our people are being murdered, rather than an entire group of people. Good luck and Godspeed.
Just a reminder to other Asians, when the Black community says that they're going to boycott Asian businesses, that's not them being racist. They're literally just asking us to give them the respect that they rightfully deserve. There's a lot of anti-Blackness in the Asian community, and I'm sick of seeing it. We're all sick of seeing it. And the Black community knows that all Asians aren't racist. It's just that these Asian businesses need to be reminded that they literally profit off of the Black community.
I come on here to tell y'all that I am not boycotting Asian restaurants. I'm not boycotting Asian nail techs. You know why? Because I never shopped with them motherfuckers anyway. They were racist to me when I worked for Chase Bank. Asian people hated Blacks. I've been discriminated against here in Norman. The little Asian lady lived next door to me. She was selling parking spots, parking people behind my house because we had a duplex, and she was getting paid for it because we lived by the OU Stadium, so people will pay to park in your yard if they can walk to the stadium from your yard. But she was getting paid for spots behind my apartment. So I went over and asked, I said, how are you parking people in my yard and getting paid and not giving me part of the money? Well, the next week, she blocked it off where they couldn't park behind my house. Anyway, she didn't want me to make no money, so there's that. I've been cursed out over the phone, talked crazy too by them, because they knew I was Black over the phone. So, yeah, I'm not boycotting because I never liked Chinese food anyway. I never got my nails done anyway. My nails are natural. I don't deal with them. I don't buy fake hair because I got hair. So, I ain't going to boycott them, but I'm glad y'all are, because that man should have been found guilty for killing that baby over that damn bottle of water. And I don't care what you say. They've been getting away with being racist toward us for a long time. And I feel like this, even during the pandemic, they were throwing people out over there in China. They were being racist during the pandemic too. So I hope they all go out of business. And even though I'm not boycotting, I'm on here to tell y'all go ahead and take that black dollar back. Let them see. I never did shop at Target either, so I never did have to boycott them. If you ain't never shopped with them or they ain't never got none of my money. So I'm happy for black people standing up for their rights. I love y'all.
For these Asians to sit down and think that they owns the power, they are the alpha, the omega, the author and the finisher of the fate of black people is so hilarious. It's hilarious because you have to see these Asian people coming to brag to our faces that the boycott cannot work. You cannot boycott Asian businesses. How do you survive? How do you go on your daily activities? We produce this, we do that, we did east, west, and the south. Right now, Asians are feeling the heat. Right now, Asians are understanding that black people cannot only boycott, but they can delete, remove, and not even come back. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. With that being said, let's roll out the other parts of the clips. I'll be back with commentaries.
So, the newest thing on TikTok right now, or the newest argument that TikTok will push, because TikTok is a part of the government and they like to divide and conquer us and separate us and allow us to fight amongst each other. So right now, the powers that be, the greater good, they're literally sitting there saying, yes, they're fighting. Now, the black people they're attacking the Asians because now they decide, oh, they're going to just boycott the Asian grocery stores and the Asian nail salons and laundry and blah, blah, laundromat and all. I sit back and I'm listening to all these creators coming on here saying, we're serious. We're not buying any Asian stuff. We're not going to get our nails done. We're not buying Chinese food. We're not doing da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I get so tired of it that it gets frustrating at times. And the honest truth is, this video is probably not going to go anywhere because TikTok sucks. It's so sad that we have to have a platform that literally censors us. Yeah, anyway. While it's all good and well that we decide that we are going to boycott the Asian community, I think you may have to take a couple of things into consideration. A lot of Asians who are here in the United States, they don't know the history of the United States. They don't know the reason why they have and we don't. Same for Indians, same for Hispanics. I believe and possibly same for maybe some white people. They don't know the history of this country. They don't know the reason why we are in the situation that we're in. They don't know the reason why Africa is the way it is. They don't know why Africa is poor. And so what's the easiest thing to do? They just label us as lazy and good for, like, this guy literally came on and said he wants the black community to boycott the Asian stores and Asian community because he's like, aren't you guys are lazy. Like, you guys literally are on here, we come here and learn how to do things. Like, he literally said, we came here and we learned how to get ahead, not even speaking good English. And literally when I heard that, I'm like, ignorance is such a bliss. Because you know what? I wasn't born here either. I wasn't born here. And honestly, if it wasn't the color of my skin, I would be ignorant and blissful until this point. But you know what changed me? You know what made me think and realize there were two things that made me stop in my track and what the heck is going on? One thing was when Michael Brown, that kid was probably 17 years old. I saw the video of the guy who shot him, the police officer who shot him, how he taunted that kid. and then ultimately shot him in the back like it was nothing. And yeah, that happened. Yeah, he escaped his death. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. You shoot someone, your soul leave your body, and it's over. But what really got to me was the fact that they had his body laying on that floor, laying on that ground for 4 hours. 4 hours. While all these other little black boys and black girls in the community are seeing this. That got me. That was the first thing that got me, because all I could think about is I have a black son. Even though I wasn't born here, he was born here. And then the other thing that got me was I saw a picture of, I don't remember the name of the celebrity, but I saw there's the celebrity who has black and white children together. And I saw a picture. There was a magazine. I was in the grocery store one day, and I saw a magazine picture of both her girls. She has one black girl, one white girl, and they were teenagers. And this magazine actually put them face to face, facing each other. And both children, they're the same age. They both look the same. Beautiful skin. Beautiful, like just beautiful hair. And the young black girl looked the same as the young white girl. And the thought that came to me was, this young black girl looks just like this young white girl, because the privileges and opportunities that are given to her was the same as what's given to the young white girl. And she obviously has been protected most of her life. So she flourished, and she's beautiful. Mentally, I don't know what's going on, but I just know physically looking at her. And the thought that came to me was, if all black people were given the opportunity as every other race, and what I mean by every other race, Asians, Hispanics, Indians, all these race who go around with their families and their children who are beautiful and strong, and they're growing up well in their communities. If black people had that opportunity, this Asian guy who came on and said that, aren't you embarrassed that we came in this country and don't even speak English, and we're getting ahead of you guys? That broke my heart, because ignorance is a complete bliss. It's a complete bliss for you to not know. And just going back to the reason why I knew that I had to learn the history of the United States was those two events that took place that I saw physically that literally got me. You know, like, I have to know the history. There's something that's wrong here. And if you're not affected, and you're never affected by it, you will never see it. So my suggestion, and I am begging, I am behooving, I'm calling out to the minority communities, Asians, Indians, Hispanics, learn the history of this country. Learn it. Learn it and understand why black people are in the situation that they're in. And create alliances that supports us instead of tearing us down. Because right now, we cannot make it on our own. I know that for sure. We cannot. As much as you hear all these creators on here saying, oh yeah, we're going to boycott the Asian, we cannot. We do not have communities. We do not have support. You look around in your community, you see what you have. We don't have that. That was not given to the black community. Question why. Build alliances to support us. Because after all these years, you guys have benefited from the backs of black Americans. I'm doing my part. I wasn't born here, but I'm doing my part. And my part is to speak out against this. It's to speak out so that the powers who are and the powers who can make changes to make things better for the betterment of black people in this country. And also all over the world. And if you don't know what happened to Africa, go learn that. Go learn it.
If you're an Asian business owner who is offended or defensive, feeling some kind of way about this call to boycott Asian businesses by black folks and by anyone who has a sliver of a conscience, really. If you are offended by it and feeling defensive, there's really simple fix to it. You could put a banner across your website that says you do not support bigotry, racism. You can literally do that with a couple of clicks. You could put a sign on the window if you have a brick and mortar business saying, you do not sign up for the bigotry of Black people, or anyone for that matter. Except that I know that a lot of you don't want to, because you do support it, because you buy into the narrative that's been spoon-fed to you your whole life. And I'll make another video on that soon. But right now, I just thought I would offer up a simple solution. That's all. I recently moved to Orange County, and I moved here for reasons of work and some personal things without really doing a deep dive of research on the type of communities that were here. I just knew that it was a lot of Asian people, and when I leave the house, nobody asks me where I'm from. So I was like, yeah, I love it. And then there's all kinds of Korean grocery stores and restaurants and stuff that just kind of fits my life in that way, right? I didn't realize how red it was around here. I didn't realize the level of bigotry and racism existing around here. So I came upon a website, or a TikTok account, I should say, that points out all the mega owners of these businesses. So I'll share that once I figure that out with technology. But in the meantime, if you're an Asian business owner who is not mega, who doesn't believe racism and bigotry and unaliving of children needs to exist in our society, just put up a little banner. Just put up a little sign. As simple as that. The rest of you, your time is coming.
Honey, that Asian man got on the internet and called Black people's bluff. He said, we don't really need you anyway, but if you want to do this, I advise you to understand that you need to stop driving our cars, stop rapping on our microphones. The liquor stores you like to frequent, stop going. He's calling the bluff. Like, he's really just like, well, one would look at it like calling the bluff, right? One would look at it like that. But I look at it as like, okay, write this list down, because this is letting us know everything that we need of our own. Thank you. Okay? I say we need engineers. He says stop driving our cars. We need children who can, or people, but we need to also be putting our children in this. I am all about the future, and the children are the future. We need to be implementing these things with our children, as well as skills that we need to be harnessing for ourselves, right? So now we have women who have the most degrees, Black women, the most degrees. Like, we need to, instead of sending our children to school and then putting them out there to go into a market that they're not just competing with Americans, they're competing with foreigners from around the world. And then they get lost in the sauce, and now they have these degrees, but they're working in somebody's cubicle, answering the phone. No, we need to stop that. Putting our brilliant children, our brilliant minds, and getting it lost in their bullshit. We need to take those brilliant minds, bring them back home, and we need to put them within our communities to be building shit, doing shit. Like, but we have to come together. Like, we need electricians, we need people who know about cars, how to build cars. We need people who can create product, chemists. You feel me? We need people who are biologists. We need people to study our bodies. We need our own doctors. You know, we need our people to study us so that we can better understand our bodies, so that we can create medicine for us. We need our own food. We have people who have land, and it's just, look at all this land, all this, that could be growing food. And imagine how many of us can be growing food, and then we put in that food amongst ourselves. Like, he's not saying anything wrong. He's calling you a bluff, but he's not saying anything wrong. He's really laying out a blueprint. They're all, if you really think about it, they're all laying out a blueprint of like what we need. And if we write this shit down, we'll know like, all right, we need our own banks, we need this, we need that, we need to create our own shoes. And don't think that there are people out there who aren't making their own shoes that are black. There are some fire. We have it though. We have fire fashion designers. We have fire shoemakers. We have people who their brain is working. We have someone who just turned plastic into gasoline. Plastiline. Like, we have them. Our children are brilliant. We are brilliant, but we are putting our brilliancy in places that it is not appreciated, and it is overlooked on purpose because they know if we run the show, we run the show. Okay? So we need to understand that. Let them talk. Let them say what they say. Pull our dollars back and show them what they need to see, because we could really make this country crumble. This is our land. This is our home. Everybody else comes here. We are here. We are here. So honestly, the most effective thing we can do is pull our dollars away from everyone. And put those, if we take the dollars away from everyone and we begin to do business amongst ourselves, but that also means, hey, learn how to do business. One thing I heard him say in that thing was, let your women, do people's feet and deal with their nasty attitudes. We cannot be mad. Like, it only strikes a nerve when it's the truth. We have nasty attitudes. Not everybody, but we know what the fuck we be dealing with. We know what we be doing. We know what we be dishing out. Like, that's the conversation for us. That's a family conversation. But we know what we be doing. We don't even be wanting to do business with us because of our nasty attitudes or the unprofessionalism. We have work to do. Don't look at it and be offended. If it offends you, it's because it's truth. If it bothers you, it's because it's truth. But that's where you take a look and you be like, you know what? I can do better. I can be better. You know what? This be bothering me, and that's not fair. This is where we grow as a community. So they calling your bluff. I know how to make Chinese fried chicken. Y'all want the recipe? You want the recipe? Because it's good too. Go get all the recipes before we boycott. We don't need their food. The recipes are online. We don't need the food.
So listen, I understand the anger, okay? I understand the cause of the boycott, especially after that Asian man killed the 14-year-old black boy, okay? And then he didn't even get anything remotely close to what Carmelo Anthony got, right? So I get it. The pain is very real. And wanting to hit back economically, it makes a whole lot of sense. But here's my issue. I'm watching most black women say, I'm not boycotting all Asian businesses, and they're getting dragged for it, right? And I get why they're saying it, because, let's be real. Where is the black representation in every industry? We're mad at the register, but we're not mad enough at the factories, the warehouses, and the ownership level, right? We can say boycott right now, but let's be real. Are you going to throw your phone away that we're speaking on right now? That you're watching me on? Those parts are made in somebody else's country. Most likely the Asian countries, to be very honest. Are you throwing out your dishes, your furniture, your TV? Are you going to stop driving your car and walk everywhere? No. Most of these things we use have been manufactured outside of our communities for decades. We've been locked out of those levels on purpose. So yeah, we can boycott a beauty supply or a nail shop. But the real conversation is, why don't we own grocery stores, warehouses, and shipping companies, energy companies, tech companies, and manufacturing? Not just the restaurants or the small storefronts, but the supply chains behind it. And I'm going to say this too. Y'all will be quick as fuck to support a Natalie Nunn ass bitch who's cosplaying blackness, clown black culture in your face, and you're going to give that person money. You're going to give them gifts, views, and laughs. But black people who are literally being themselves, dressing the way that they want, wearing the hair the way that they want, building something up from the ground up the way that they want, suddenly you say they're doing too much or asking for too much. And then you shit on their come up. And I'm not talking about these fake Black Project 2025 people who ran off with y'all money and scammed you. I'm talking about us actually building real communities, like real businesses that can scale, where we're moving into the same rooms as these billionaires who have a monopoly over everything, or we are building our own table so that we don't have to beg for a seat. These boycotts never last, because at the end of the day, we don't have our own alternatives. We do for some things, granted, okay? But we don't have enough black-owned options in enough industries, so people end up crawling back to the same stores that they try to avoid. I'm manifesting something different. We need black airlines, black cell phone carriers, black-owned manufacturing, black car companies, black-owned energy, tech, logistics, all of it, right? A world where we actually have choices, and where, in this time when we build it, they don't burn it down like they did before. That's the conversation that I'm trying to have. So look, boycott if you want. Hey, I'm with it. I ain't against it. But also ask yourself, where are we in the supply chain? And what are we building so that our grandkids aren't having this same exact argument in the future?
I have a couple of questions when it comes to boycotting all these Asian businesses. I first want to say that my heart goes out to that family. He only lived 14 years of his life, and I can't even imagine what that is like as a parent to lose your child. But I want some clarification as far as this boycott is concerned. I guess some of the questions I have is, why are we boycotting all Asian businesses? Because Rick Chow was a specific ethnicity. And are we boycotting Thailand too? Because Thailand was very welcoming to African American expats. Now, I don't have a problem with boycotting certain businesses, but why aren't we looking more specifically into the jurors? And if they have businesses, and maybe boycotting their business, because they are the ones that exonerated him. So I'm just a little bit confused. I also want to throw out there that I don't shop at a lot of Asian businesses, and I don't have to shop at Chinese restaurants and things like that. But I am not boycotting BTS. BTS has not done anything to the black community. And matter of fact, they have welcomed collaborations with artists, and some of their music stem from our music. So I don't mind boycotting everything else, but I'm not boycotting BTS. And I don't think I'm going to be boycotting Thailand either, because I need a place of refuge from this messed up country.
So I tried to boycott Asian businesses, but I couldn't. I went and got my nails done by them yesterday. Because number one, we're not set up for this. Black businesses aren't set up for this. Number two, salon suites are everywhere. You got to book out, and it was 2 weeks for her to see me and everything like that, which is good for her because it's good for business. But I needed my nails done yesterday. Number two, everybody's going to continue to have salon suites because they don't get along with each other. You don't never see a healthy work environment with 4 or 5 stylists in one salon and they all get along. That's why everybody went to salon suites. And if you think about it, people who do nails and hair, they don't even like their customers. They act like they don't even like us. All these rules and regulations you got to follow before getting there. Have your hair washed, have it blow dried. She's not working over somebody else's work. When it comes to the nails, I'm not soaking off somebody else's nails. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. They don't like customers. They don't like each other. It's rare that a salon or a nail place full of black women works in a healthy environment. They're not going to do that. So we're not set up for this boycott. We need them. Honestly, we need them. Like, what are we going to do? Book 2 weeks out in advance? There's no convenience when it comes to the nail techs in my area. So I don't know, y'all. Good luck. I gotta go to the Asians. And what about I gotta take my braids out soon. Where am I gonna get the hair? From you that got it from the Asians? What are we doing? We need a real plan, one that's gonna work.
Well, first of all, sister, I don't think we should be sitting here talking about we need somebody. Only thing we need is the Most High. And when you telling somebody you need them, you automatically giving them power. It only been a few days possibly when she made this video. And she said she got to go get her nails done, and now she got to take her hair out. She can't wait 2 weeks to get her nails done. So we back spending money. It would never work in this situation anyway, because the beauty standard has been set so high. Because online, if your nails ain't done, people are like, "Ooh, look at her nails. Your hair ain't done." People always talking. So right now we already set up to fail in this, and they know that. You know what I mean? They got the market on lock. So I do understand.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed all of that clip I was able to roll out for you guys. There is nothing impossible in this life except you are not ready to do it, except you're not willing to do it, except you are not also willing to execute that particular plan that you have. I don't see why a lot of Asian people will come out and be like, Black people cannot survive without them. Like when I saw that particular video, I laughed in Swahili, I laughed in Spanish, because why will you even think that of all people in this life, Black people cannot survive? Black Americans specifically cannot survive without Asian businesses. Is it the silence? Is it the nail tech, or which one? Where we have a lot of videos that you can literally do things like this from the comfort of your home. Yeah, without patronizing anybody. Where we have Black businesses booming, where we have Black investors investing in themselves, investing in their community. You still think in this 21st century that you as Asians are the only one that can create every single thing that a Black person we need. It's hilarious, to be honest. So when I see them blab, I just laugh. See, things don't just happen in a day and automatically it flourishes. It starts from a process. And you know, one of the most annoying parts is that this is not the first time that Asian businesses are even flopping around. It's either they're having wrong customer servicing, or they are profiling people in their stores, in their salons. They just love to profile Black people. Or it's either they are poo-pooing Black people. So with all of the chaos that have literally been happening, for you to still sit as an Asian American and think that, oh, Black people can survive without us, they are just blabbing, they are just bluffing, we are going to make it, we are going to stand, it's crazy. To the point I see an Asian man video when he was literally saying that they were groomed in their own community. They were groomed by their mothers and fathers to survive hardship, and Black people are not groomed to survive hardship. I laughed, because who suffered slavery? Who has gone through Jim Crow? Who has gone through segregation? Who has gone through redlining? And you think they cannot survive? And you think like every single Black person that have survived the regime of this orange man, you think they cannot survive boycotting? Like, what's special? Because even before every single colonization and every single thing that have literally been going on, Black Americans have been thriving. Black Americans have been inventing. Black Americans have been living life to the fullest. Before every single thing that took place happened, they have literally been enjoying every single process. So why do you sit there and assume that these boycotts cannot work? Now they are boycotting salons. Now a lot of Black people are even saying, I don't even visit them because I don't want anything that will stress me, because I don't want anything that will shift my mind. So I don't even go there. A lot of people are now coming up to share their experience of how racist some of these Asian businesses can be. People that are patronizing you, you are still being racist to them. People that are patronizing you, still unalive. People that are patronizing, like, it's just a whole lot that is circulating these boycotts. Honestly, it's just a whole lot to deal with when it comes to these Asians. Thank you for watching. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do. Like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah. Ciao.